Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's valued viewer request we have from Nick Hultman. Supercap reenactment for UNRC. Iraq shoots down an F-14A from Iran that was trying to defect. So, I'm going to start halfway through. During a meeting with diplomats from the Arab states in the lower Persian Gulf, Saddam Hussein announced that several Iranian F-14 pilots were about to defect to Iraq. With the Iranian intelligence services being well present in countries like Bahrain and the UAE, it did not take long for Tehran to get wind of this statement and repeatedly ground many of its Tomcat pilots during that year, so they couldn't defect. The latter story actually had some basis because Iraqi military intelligence since 1982 had been trying to establish contact with the IRIAF pilots and convince them to defect. This operation was run via telephone calls, routed via Turkey, during which the callers had addressed targeted pilots in English. The Iraqis achieved their first success on August 27, 1984, when Major Rahman Ganat Pishni defected with an F-4E from TFB-6 to Ali ibn Abu Talib Air Base. The Phantom II was carefully inspected but never test flown. Subsequently, it was parked inside a hangar where it was destroyed by US bombs in January 1991. Wow. Emboldened, the Iraqi military intelligence continued trying and eventually established contact with Captain Ahmed Maradi Talibi, an F-14 pilot based at TFB-8 Esfahan. In spring 1986, Maradi requested permission for a family vacation outside Iran. This was granted, and in August the same year he travelled with his wife to Germany. Maradi returned without his wife late the same month, but surprisingly enough was granted permission to continue service. What the Iranian counterintelligence did not know was that by this point in time he had been in contact with the Iraqis and his defection was planned for September 33rd. Apparently there's 33 days in September. Okay.
Wow.
1986. Maybe it was a leap year. In order to be recognised as a defector, Maradi was to fly his Tomcat along a very specific route at a very specific speed and altitude. The Iran-Iraq war was fought under some of the harshest weather conditions ever. Simmering heat often resulted in temperatures exceeding 48 degrees Celsius during the summer. Correspondingly, both sides limited their activity from late morning until late noon. Next to nobody flew between 1100 and 1600 local. In the evenings, Iraqis tended to launch air raids targeting tankers hauling Iranian crude oil from Kark Island. Thus, around 15:30 in the afternoon every day, a pair of F-14s launched from Esfahan and flew a combat air patrol near Bushehr. One of the pilots selected to fly the afternoon patrol on September 2, 1986 was Talibi. After two Tomcats aborted prior to takeoff, he took off in a third aircraft, which was armed with Sparrow and Sidewinder missiles only. Once airborne, Maradi topped his fuel tanks from a tanker aircraft and then turned west in the direction of Iraq. The officer assigned the responsibility to receive Maradi's defection was Ahmed Sadiq. He was present at the ADOC but did not expect the Iranian to defect on September 2, 1986. He recalled the drama that unfolded that afternoon. I entered the main hall and took a look at the huge screen in its centre. There I could see the track of an Iranian aircraft moving west from Esfahan, approaching the Iraqi border via Khurramabad and then turning southwest towards Al-Qut. The officer on duty scrambled a pair of Mig-23 MLs from Al-Bakr Air Base, and the Kari system promptly calculated their intercept point near the town of Numania, well inside Iraq. Shortly after taking a smooth right turn, the two Mig-23 MLs from No. 63 Squadron rolled out barely 15 kilometers behind the F-14A, meanwhile underway well inside Iraqi airspace. The leader of the Iraqi pair then lost his radar to a malfunction. He had no choice but to advise his wingman to take over. The young lieutenant acquired a lock and fired a single R-24T. The hefty weapon detonated below the F-14A, setting it on fire and forcing the crew to eject. Meanwhile, the two MiGs were critically short on fuel. They approached only close enough to identify and report the type of downed aircraft before breaking away. It was only at that point in time that Sadiq realised what was going on. The Iraqis just missed a golden opportunity to get a fully intact F-14A Tomcat into their hands. Furthermore, the F-14A was completely destroyed in the crash, as recalled by Sadiq. To my great disappointment, the front part of the aircraft was completely destroyed. There was not a single piece of radar or cockpit to recover. The only weapon we could find was the M61 Vulcan cannon. It was completely ruined, badly twisted and burnt. 2 engines were relatively complete, but both were old and of no intelligence value for us. Thus ended the story of an attempted defection by an Iranian F-14 pilot to Iraq, launched a day earlier than agreed with the Iraqis. It was spoiled when the Tomcat was shot down by 2 Mig-23s. By mistake. Welcome back, valued viewers. RC is the pilot of our F-14A. He is Muradi. I am Gonzalez. Is that an Iranian name? Benito?
No.
Ahmed? I don't know. I'll be someone. We're going to take off and do our mission at 1500 hours. We are taking off from Isfahan, which we don't have in our actual simulator map. We're going to combat air patrol near Bashir, which we do have in our simulator map. Okay, RC, let's go and take off, please. We'll be going to waypoint 1, valid viewers, first of all, where we're going to get some gas from a period-accurate tanker. Then waypoint 2 and 3 is our patrol route. I'm going to set the Org 9 up just the way I like it, RC. Just the way I like it. Iranian Air Force in that mid-80s to space.
Okay, waypoint 1.
Right, waypoint 1, which is on a vector of, I think it's on 250, RC, if I'm reading my thing right.
I see it.
Okay, on the nose now. Right, let's punch it. Burners on, up above the clouds. Let's go meet our tanker there. Oh, there's range. 60 miles, 60 miles. Let's go, go, go. Look at us looking at the lovely sights Iran has to offer. Wingers are going back. "45 miles on the nose."
Is that you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
32,000 feet. What a beast. What a beastie.
Mach 1.1.
Super. Yeah, I'm going to try and find him on the old radar. 10 miles range. The valid viewers, I haven't managed to pick them up on the radar because it's an old Iranian radar. Slash, I'm rubbish with it. So I'm going to try and pick them up by eye. That's first one who spots an Iranian tanker gets a prize.
Yeah, I'm going to drop down now.
Yes, you are. Oh, there he is. Yep, 3 o'clock. Low. Right. Hello, Mr. Tanker. I'll do the radio comms. Speed, I think he said it's around 300 knots, maybe slightly slower.
Speed, I recall.
Right, if we get in the rear central position, I'll send out a radio call. Sending out a radio call now.
Ready for contact.
Getting a little closer.
Okay, clear. I usually say we suck the juice. Apparently that's wrong. As an airframe technician told me, it's actually being pumped in at high pressure. So prepare to be pumped full of juice.
On. taking forever.
Right, okay. Now, what we're supposed to be doing is heading to waypoint 2, but I'm going to change that up a little bit. I'm going to set us a course of 300 on the deck, please. 300 on the deck, and put the pipe away. Okay, break. New heading,
okay.
285. Let's make 500 knots.
We're just about 500. A little over. 285?
285 magnetic, yep. Valued viewers, the border is just up ahead. Okay, we're in the disputed border area now. I think we should get down to kind of 20 feet off the ground, just to make sure no one can see us.
Okay.
That's the last of the Iranian settlements. We're in the Badlands now, valued viewers. Crossing over the border. Flying at the desired altitude and speed, 500 knots, as requested by the Iraqis for the handover of the aircraft. Only thing is, we're a day early. Should be fine. RWR contact, MiGs behind. Looks like escorts. Maintain current speed and altitude as agreed. All is well. We'll be having tea, crumpets, and maybe even medals in a couple of hours.
Perfect.
We've got some mix here from the Iraqis. I guess that they are here to... Oh my God! What happened? I don't know. Right. Well, wow. Our welcoming party wasn't so welcoming. Yeah, so we never got to defect, Darcy. How do you feel about that?
I feel dead.
He feels very, very dead. I hope you enjoyed that and see you later.